We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello Aromas, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Random Breeze Hollywood. We're here and I believe the meeting is about to start. Hello sir. Are you a Gotham member? Oh, no, you're a Scary. One of the Scary came up to us, clearing his throat. The Golgotha have informed me they'd like to begin the meeting. Alright. Heath glanced at me. A hopeful smile was twitching onto his lips. We had to reassure himself more than me. Smiled warmly back at him. When I returned the smile, Heath brightened visibly, biting his lower lip to keep his own smile from widening. So cute. Followed the Scary towards the center of the room, where the group of Golgotha were already waiting. Alright, you're quite handsome yourself. Why, hello, Michiko. Hi. As Heath and I approached an emissary bowed politely to me, one hand holding his wide hat. Your first appearance at the parking garage was quite impressively bold, if I may say so. But was it more of a desperate fluke, or are you truly so delightfully reckless on a regular basis? I didn't really have much of a choice, to be honest. Reckless, it was calculated. Shoot first, ask questions later. Metaphorically speaking, of course. You have to find that one out for yourself. You have to find that one out for yourself. What a wonderfully mysterious thing to say. That reminds me, since you're new to our you're Zhang, delightfully urban underworld, I should introduce myself. My name is Zhang, and you are Heath, yes? I think it's Zhang? Fuck. Glanced over at Heath, a slow smirk coiling on his lips. I don't know how they want us to pronounce the A. Wait, where's the voice thing? Shit, I don't want to actually trigger the voice thing. Oh, but you look slightly uncomfortable over there. There isn't a draft on your side, is there? Hey, stop pestering my boy. He brushed some hair from his forehead, then reached to light his cigarette. No, I'm fine, thank you. I see. The Golgotha's shadowed eyes flicked between Heath and me, narrowing slowly into contented slits. Well, shall we get to the nitty-gritty of our negotiations? I'm happy to say we are quite willing to aid the Scary against some of our uprising, in exchange for a few simple amendments to Miss Locke's enforced rules. The Scary agent standing near us stiffened. He still wore a cordial, neutral expression, but he obviously didn't trust Zhang one bit. Firstly, we don't believe the taking of blood pets should be limited or bound by rules. What? We view it as a very impractical and unfair infringement of our rights, especially in a crowded vampire city such as Los Angeles. What the fuck are you talking about? He wiggled one finger as he spoke, like we were a classroom of delinquents who needed to be lectured. We also wish to see the arbitrary restrictions on turning mortals completely nullified. For after all, it is quite a core part of our natures and a responsibility we should be trusted with. Two very reasonable requests, wouldn't you agree? No. I don't know. What? So he's saying to have vampire pets, which I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know if that means like you're gonna enslave like another vampire as your pet. But the second one I don't agree with. Like, I feel like a majority of them would turn these humans into vampires. So that's why there's that rule that you can only turn them into vampires if you're told to. His gaze drifted across the sky before finally coming to land on me, his lips suddenly jerking up into a sharp, expectant grin. For whatever reason, he seemed more interested in my approval than Heath's, even though I wasn't the negotiator here. Your terms sound fair to me, all things considered. Cherise wouldn't be too happy with those conditions. You want all restrictions on blood pets and turning removed? Yeah, I want to question it. Why? Why? Explain. That is precisely it. Your phrasing suggests a little displeasure, but I do hope that isn't the case. He straightened beside me, leaning forward with intention to speak, although he hesitated for a moment. Let me speak if you can. I want to ask this man why. I think everyone here knows that your motives aren't that innocent. We don't want the war to continue, of course not, but we do not want another one to start right after it either. Oh, I doubt it, Mr. Heath. Everyone here is also aware of your extensive, selfless desire for peace, I'm sure. Zhang's tone was so cheerfully polite that it veered toward mockery. But for whatever reason, it seemed to cut right into Heath, and he didn't try to defend himself. However, to address your concerns, you're quite right in some respects. Our intentions here are not only for more freedom, for more personal freedoms. Zhang pressed his lips together so solemnly, gesturing to all of the room with one hand. More importantly, we want to find better ways to deal with our condition, not simply to continue bandaging an ever-bleeding wound, so to speak. Research and experimentation are necessary for this, and Ms. Locke's current rules make things quite difficult in that regard. What do you want to experiment for? A newcomer like Michiko can surely feel the full brunt of our daily struggles, adjusting to our various curses, dealing with regular consumption of blood. For however much we'd like to pretend turning will only happen lawfully, the truth is mistakes inevitably happen, so why not focus making a better unlife for all of us, Zing flashed a wide grin towards Heath, who looked visibly uncomfortable. I still want to know why he wants those two things specifically, but I guess he already answered it because he wants to experiment more with just the life of being a vampire. After a long moment, he tentatively reached out to put a hand on my shoulder, his delicate fingers squeezing lightly. Michiko, do you think we should consider it? His barely audible murmur was rife with doubt. I know we can't fully trust them, but I can't help but feel like it's better than the alternative. I'm not buying it. No, I'm not buying it. If you agree to those terms, I think you're playing with fire. Well, if it's the lesser of two evils, you know, they're going to betray us at the first opportunity. You're right, they're our best bet. They're not. I don't want this either. If you agree to those terms, I think you're playing with fire. You know they're going to betray us at the first opportunity. See, I don't know how the Golgothas work. But I feel like if we do agree, we're playing with fire, because I honestly don't know what the Mabar are thinking. Like, what if they have something better to give us than the Golgothas? We're playing with fire. I know, but if we don't and the Golgotha join the Mabar instead, it just doesn't feel like we have much of a choice. Heath exhaled a quiet sigh, rubbing wearily at his forehead. I'd never seen him so tense before, which made me wonder if there wasn't some subtext beneath all of the dialogue so far. Excuse me, Zing interrupted us, calling out airily with a little wave. Now, while I certainly respect your right to consult among yourselves, I think this occasion presents us with the most unique opportunity to act objectively, and in the best interest of all Los Angeles vampires. Excuse me? Zing chuckled at Heath's confusion, playfully shaking his head. I'm sure we all value your opinions, Mr. Heath, but let's not forget the very important viewpoint Michiko brings to the table. After all, despite being on your side, she can presumably offer an unbiased judgment as a vampire relatively new to our state of affairs. He's not wrong, to be honest. The Golgotha around Zing nodded in agreement, like this was an obvious, very sensible course of action. And so, now that she's aware of our respective intentions, why not let her speak for you? Unless, of course, you don't even trust the intentions of your own organization's members, and are retaining them unwillingly. He's not. The cigarette fell from between Heath's fingers. He hastily placed a shoe over it to mask the action as intentional, biting his lower lip and tucking back more of his hair. Heath, it's okay. Let me talk. Well, while Michiko isn't our official representative here, I would be happy to let her voice her thoughts. Excellent. How very progressive of you. Zing beamed at us delightedly, his attention shifting back to me at the next moment. I need a Mabar representative here too, though, so I can actually hear their viewpoint. I could feel everyone staring at me, from the hesitant, scrutinizing eyes of the Skari to the eager gazes of the Golgotha. I don't believe in anything he says, though, so we're gonna have to fight. Then what are your thoughts, my finest Skari colleague? I think your terms are fair and we'll consider them. We should negotiate more, but I think a deal is for the best. I'm sorry, but I feel like it's a bad idea. I think you couldn't be any scummier if you tried. I don't want to make a deal. I do not, because I do not think this is going well. Sorry, but I feel like it's a bad idea. Oh. Zing's smirk only deepened, his head tilting provocatively to one side. Judging from a few special sources, there is evidence quite to the contrary. The fuck? At that moment, the bar's front door flew open. A large group spilled inside, shouting the second they laid eyes on us. Whoa! What kind of fun's been happening here? Is it Randall? At the front of the rough, angry-looking group stood. Hi, Randall. Great. Come on. I need you in here so that I can actually sense where everyone's at. Well, I see all my favorite people came to plan my surprise birthday party, and man, am I touched. But you know, when you're planning a surprise, you gotta be real careful about where you do it. The group of Mavar around Randall hollered and hissed, staring at us hungrily, because you never know when the birthday boy might walk in. Well, this is neutral ground. No one can fight here. Technically, you can fight here if you want. No one's gonna stop you, I guess. Mr. Randall, fate unites us again. Sure does, pal. Fate also sent me to break up this little love fest you guys have going on here, since you know I don't like to feel left out. Beside me, he placed a hand on my shoulder again, this time to protectively pull my body slightly behind his own. Oh, Heath, you're so cute! Oh, what's this? The movement caught Randall's attention. He quickly turned away from saying to face Heath and me. Oh, fuck. Chico, what are you? Oh my god, do you not know? I'm a Ascari. Did you not know? Wait, you're with... Oh, why are you mad? You already knew I was an Ascari to begin with. I even told you. He trailed off, his nose reflexively wrinkling in disgust. For a moment, he looked almost disappointed, studying me with a dark frown. Who else do you think I'm hanging around with? Heath, huh? You have a problem with Heath? We're just here for a meeting together. Heath happens to be in my vicinity, yes. Do you have a problem with Heath? Do you guys have, like, you all have problems with Heath? A lot of problems, but if I start listing them, we'd be here until sunrise. His voice quickly turned dismissive, and he waved a hand as if to brush away the topic. You know, I'm more curious about what's got the pretties and the crazies all in one place. Because the way I remember it, this bar's supposed to be a neutral ground, not an Ascari meeting room just because it's run by one. The war has changed a lot of things, Randall. He finally spoke up, forcing a loudness into his voice that didn't really seem to belong there. When you're leading a rebellion, you can't expect us to just lie down and be executed. What the hell's talking about executing anybody? That sounds more like something Queen Bitch would pull, or like one of the fucking reasons we started to fight back in the first place. Okay, it sure fucking does. As Randall started back at Heath, the Mavar around him shouted in agreement. I noticed that a lot of them were openly carrying weapons, just like the Ascari and the Golgotha. Okay, so they already assume we're gonna have a fight. Whatever accusations you make, more violence isn't going to solve anything. If we can just find a way to peacefully... Yeah, sure, except we all know how that ends up. Listen, you know, I don't want a bloodbath either. He rubbed his forehead in frustration, turning his sharp gaze from Heath to me. But one of you needs to tell Queen Bitch that she's gotta put her money where her mouth is and fucking step down. Is that so goddamn much to ask? No. I mean, but, if Charisse leaves, everything will just get more chaotic. Listen, I think everyone needs to calm down. Sounds pretty reasonable to me. That's like the option where you don't like Charisse yourself, so you're like, whatever. Let's all calm down for a second. Calming down doesn't get anybody anywhere, newbie. You're like, listen here, bitch. Listen here. Neither of those yelling. Neither of those fighting each other. That doesn't solve anything. Unless you've got some kind of catch-all solution to the shit. And if you do, I'm listening. I don't, but shouting will only make things worse. That's what I just mentioned, so I'm totally gonna go for that option once I read the other options. Charisse just needs to loosen her restrictions a lot. Maybe the Mavar should move to a different city. No, that's fucking rude. That's real easy for you to say, kid. You haven't been trying to play nice and enact some goddamn changes for fucking eternity. Sorry to burst your happy little bubble, but some people just won't listen unless you're shouting in their fucking faces. Oh, so are you one of them? Because I will do that. I will stand in front of you and shout at you if you need. His lips curled and snarled, voice trembling with barely restrained rage. Who is this girl, Randall? A Mavar I've never seen before gestured scornfully towards me with her handgun. Sounds like she's just another... She's pointing a gun at Michiko. Michiko, watch out. I don't think she's gonna shoot. Don't no one fucking do anything. She shoots whatever, bro. Before I knew it, what was happening? An Ascari fighter. Oh my god. Oh my god. Team, why? An Ascari fighter warning shot towards the Mavar girl. What the? Oh, wonderful. And just like that, all hell suddenly broke loose, and I got that ending. Right? Tell me that I got that. Take this, you fucking Ascari pussies. What the fuck? You're all morons. Oh my god. What the hell is fuck? Michiko, I don't know, but literally, I know they were just trying to protect me, but she didn't pull anything yet. In the midst of a sudden gunfire, Keith dived towards me, grab his hand, run, drop down, and pull him with me, dive for cover. Should we run? Just do that. I snatched up Heath's hand, yanking him along as I darted for safety of the bar. We dug down beneath the counter, crashing down to the floor beside each other. Oh, he looks scared. He looks so scared. Poor boy. Oh, this is where I actually have to stop anyway. So hey, we're doing great. Not really. Shattered glass and screams tore through the air. We're not doing great at all. We're actually not really doing any great. But at least we're undercover. Not really someone who can hop over the bar and shoot us. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it.